Hi everyone, delonewolf here with another EVE talk, and the footage you're seeing in the background is a quick level 2 mission in a Mars space. So from time to time I end up doing a storyline mission for the Galente, and in order to balance out my reputation with the other empires, I go for the lowest one, which are the Amar, and I go and do some quick level 2 missions until I get a storyline there, and this way I can keep all the empires happy. So in the comments of my previous video, Iced Slayer asked a pretty interesting question. What is my opinion on Dust 514 and what is the EVE Online community's opinion on Dust 514? Personally, I'm a bit worried about it being PlayStation 3 only, mainly because of how this might affect and limit the interaction between Dust and EVE Online. What I mean by that is that when players are all on a PC, there are many more possibilities to interact, like Ventrilo, websites, forums. You can always post links to videos, wikis or tutorials and all that sort of thing. So personally, what I would like to see is in EVE Online that the voice application becomes like a separate feature that is of high quality, that can also interact with Dust players. And that is much more versatile, so that it makes it a lot more easy to set up different channels and to add players into those channels, and thus allowing more interaction. I am indeed worried a bit about how you're going to share all the same experiences that you can share right now with EVE Online players with people that only play on a PlayStation 3 console. Of course, I do realize that developing for a PlayStation 3 will have its advantages as well. I can imagine that developing a game for a single platform takes a lot less time than having to develop it for all three main platforms, so Xbox, PlayStation 3 and PC at the same time. Another advantage this brings is probably on the graphics side. If you looked at the screenshots from Dust 514 so far, the game looks really good. And I think, of course, if everybody plays on the PlayStation 3, the graphics will be the same for everyone, and this will be a major selling point for the game if it's done right. Its strongest point, in my opinion, is its potential for retention, for player retention. Unlike other shooters, the interaction with the persistent world and the persistent economy, I think, can help players to remain invested in the game and in their fights. I personally feel that this is one of the problems with shooters these days. Most people are playing the latest Call of Duty or Battlefield because it's the game to play at the moment, and they're only there for the rankings and waiting for the next big game to come out. And the main reason for this, I think, is that a lot of players want to keep up with the in-crowd, and so they don't want to be left behind in a game that's no longer the most popular. Of course, this means that we have several shooters coming out every year, killing all the multiplayer and all the community and everything that has been built up in previous games, and everybody has to start over from scratch. And this is, of course, a good business model for the game companies themselves. But I do think that this burns out the potential of these games very quickly, and Dust 514, like EVE Online, might become an exception to that rule. There seems to be a strong emphasis on vehicles, while I think this could make the gameplay less dependent on skills and thus deter some players from trying the game. It gives the economic aspects of the game a better chance to play out. With well-organized Dust corporations, for instance, that can become powerful forces in a very persistent way because they have managed to gather a large war chest of top-of-the-line gear and vehicles. Also, the integration of the Dust economy and the EVE economy could become a very interesting aspect of the game, something that's very unique and never actually done before. If, for instance, Dust corporations and EVE Online corporations and alliances will have to somehow cooperate to be able to manufacture the best equipment that's available, and then they'll have to decide over prices and the next targets to try and conquer. This could also help in alleviate some of the it's only about tech moons in 0.0 at the moment, so that also has quite some potential in my opinion. So in short, I think that Dust 514's strongest point is that it could become a very long-lasting shooter, which is something pretty unique. It has several very original ideas, and it's another very bold experiment from CCP. So what does the EVE community think about Dust 514? I can of course only give my impressions from reading the forums and what other people say about it. I think most EVE Online players are very positive about Dust 514. Most of them do share my worry that it's PlayStation 3 only, but I think that overall they realize the potential of this game, and they're very curious to find out what Dust 514 will do to their gameplay, and how they'll be able to use these Dust 514 soldiers to their advantage and to harm their enemies. Of course, the major question for EVE Online players is how interwoven will these two games become. How big of an impact can a Dust 514 team bring to EVE Online in the terms of sovereignty or boss shields or ownership of moons and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's all still speculation at the moment, but hopefully the Dust 514 beta will come out shortly and will shed some light on this. So I think everybody is definitely keeping an eye on it, is pretty excited about what it could potentially mean for the game, and is counting on CCP to bring out its full potential and to make both Dust and EVE Online a great success. Anyways, that's it for this EVE talk, and I'll see you all next time.